Kendra G, Leon Rogers. There's been a lot of talk about what's going on with Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna, and somebody that's been in the middle of this controversy ever since it jumped off.
Literally in the middle.
He goes by the name of Ferrari. He's from Chicago, and he is sitting here in the studio with us right now. What's up, brother?
What's going on with it?
Man, you got some drama going on right now, dog.
You know, hey, it's drama.
Can I say, and this is our song, I was like, I didn't realize how tall you were, because when I first saw you, you were laying down. I'm not trying to be funny, but you were like laying down in the bed, in the sheets.
That's when we got our tallest.
That's why we all the same height laying down. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, what a week you've been having. It's been a week, right?
Yeah.
It all happened last week. So where do we want to begin? Let's start with, how did you meet Blac Chyna? Let's start there.
She DM'd me.
She DM'd you?
She DM'd you.
Yeah. She was like, you in LA? I said, I put the pound sign, the hashtag. Like, I don't do DMs. She was like, wait, check the line. It's in that line.
Yeah.
It's in that line. There's nothing else to talk about.
She DM'd you just out of nowhere, or y'all had some sort of
LA. That's it. That's all.
Wow. Oh, when was this?
This was like 2.5 months ago.
Oh, so y'all just met.
Yeah.
You got the draws that fast?
It wasn't nothing like that, man. You know, I just got persona, man. I got persona.
You got persona. He's a cutie, ladies. I'm looking at him. He got that swag. He's an attractive guy.
So she sent the number though, right? And then
no, you sent.
She told me. I said, send the number. She was like, you send yours. I send my number. Next thing I know, I get a FaceTime. She was trying to see if I was catfish or not.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So she FaceTimed me. I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? She's like, I'm in Vegas. I'm like, all right, well, call me when you're done. Next day, she called me. And it went on from there.
I never check my DMs. I gotta start checking my DMs. I wonder who's like, it happens that fast.
Got Michael Jordan. Though.
Really?
You got a Bulls jersey on?
Really?
I don't check my DMs.
Really, Kendra?
What?
You can face to face and don't check DMs.
So look, y'all connect in Vegas. When she reaches out to you, and obviously you guys meet up, what's the initial thing? Like, is it just on some smash time, or?
Nah, it wasn't even that. We was just getting to know each other. At first, we got into it because she was like, nah, you acting too bougie for me. I was just like, look, man, Blac Chyna, white China, Mexican China, it don't matter. You still a female to me. I'm from the city, you know? So we got into it. We beefed out. And then she called me back like, why you act like that? I'm like, what you mean? She's like, you just act like it ain't that. I'm just like, look, whatever.
You wasn't sweating.
I wasn't sweating. I wasn't sweating.
She wasn't used to
so
that.
I think that's what drew her in even more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we aggressive. You know, we pull up and we show out. That's what we do.
Right.
So how long before you smashed?
Man,
that's what I wanted to know too, Kai. I wanted to know.
For real?
It was the first time. As soon as I got out there.
So
that's what I'm talking.
So what is that? So you met so within a week?
We met. I flew out there like I want to say about a week and a half later.
So
we kicked it. Yeah, we kicked it. We popped some rosé. We chilled, listened to little candles. We kicked it, watched the movie in a movie room. And you know, I got a little aggressive, and things go down when you get aggressive.
She a gold medalist.
Man, shorty a winner. I can't even lie. She's a winner.
She handles all the parallel bars. She does it all.
She's
I'm a horse.
Winner,
yes,
man.
Absolutely.
You see why people is freaking out.
Floor routine.
107.5 GCI, the shot's #1 for hip hop and R&B. We are the Chicago Morning Takeover. Myself, Kyle, the 5-footer, Kendra G, Leon Rogers. Let's get right to it. If you're just tuning in, the man that's in the middle of all the Blac Chyna, Rob Kardashian drama right now from Chicago, Ferrari is here hanging out with us today, man.
Yo, what's going on, Chicago?
Giving us some insight on everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
All eyes on you right now, dog.
I mean, hey.
Let me ask you a question, man. So, like, are you used to being in the spotlight? Because I know right now it's got to be kind of hard to move around with the attention you're getting from this situation.
Oh, man, I got to tell you about that. So, look, I'm used to being in the spotlight, right? You know, because I had a decent follower that was already on Instagram. But now it's to a whole nother extent.
Okay.
Like, I can't go nowhere without somebody trying to take pictures and trying to link with me and, oh, let's lock in and let's take it. You know, it's just women. I'm your biggest. How was it? And I'm getting females ask me, like, how was it? Was it crazy?
Say word.
I'm just like, whoa, man, I know it ain't that big. So yesterday I flew in and everybody was on the plane just looking. And I was just like,
trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure it out. Even the person I was next to. She was like, "Is this you?" I was like, "Yeah, that's me."
So you gotta get, let's break it down. So you were dating Blac Chyna.
I wasn't dating.
You wasn't dating. Okay, so you were just
smashing.
You know, just
hanging out.
Just persona dripping.
Okay, persona not dripping. I've never heard.
For a minute. I really did get scared for a minute.
You know what that means.
Okay.
They just linked up.
Like, where we going?
It's like when a pimp hit the pimp button.
Okay.
Now
you said the word pimp. Now you brought me there. Let's bring us some of the conversation. So Rob Kardashian claims you reached out to him because you wanted to get money unless you were going to share details. True or false?
That's false.
You didn't reach out to Rob Kardashian?
No, what happened was my child's mother, they had a little conflict going on, her and Rob. I think it's because a lot of people was hurt after the situation, you know, because me and her was just a little blunt to the situation. They both knew, you know what I'm saying? But I think I had hit Rob, was like, yo, you looking for me? Because he hit my baby mother trying to get my number. And my baby mother like, I'm not going to give it to you. So she sent it. You know, she had it inside the little DM. So I hit him like, you looking for me? He like, who this is? I'm like, come on, man. You know, come on. Don't act funny.
Right.
And so he picked up. We talked. We FaceTime. We had a full conversation. He like, yo, next time you out here, you know, let's get up. You know what I'm saying? You seem like a cool dude, whatever, this and that. But honestly, it's deeper than what people think. They don't really know what's really going on with the money situation. So since we here on 107.5 WGCI,
right.
It was a proposition made.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a proposition made. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He promised $1 million plus tax free. So
in order to put
wait, let him explain it.
Hey, that's exclusive.
Wait,
listen,
$1 million
nobody
for
got
what
this.
though?
Man, you know, hey man. People looked around. I say, look, dude, your woman loves you, man. She likes you. Because I never told him I smashed. I never told him that. I just kept it honest. I'm just like, no, we FaceTimed a few times, you know, because I didn't know his delivery. I don't know, you know, I don't know who play informant games. It's just me being real from the city.
Right.
So I'm not going to give you the game and then you go tell and say, this what this guy telling me.
Right.
Nah, so nah, everything was cool. We was chilling. That's it. So you never linked with him, never been to a house? Nope. I ain't done nothing.
So you lied?
Yeah, I lied to him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And just like I thought, he came out shooting blank bullets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to be clear. So he offered you $1 million to go away.
He offered me $500 first, and I was like, nah, stop it, man. I done ran through that myself. He's like, well, just know we got $1 million plus tax free. And I'm like, woo, okay. Wow. I'm on the way to LA, baby.
What about the story that you and your girlfriend, your actual girlfriend or baby mom, I'm not sure your status, were using Chyna and Rob just to get paid from yourself for yourselves?
Nah, that's definitely not true. Honestly, me and my baby mother, we growing, we co-parenting right now, and you know what I'm saying? At first, it was hectic. I sent her the message in terms of just trying to get her to ease off of it because I know how she is. If I just flew out there and linked up with her, she'd have been looking at me crazy. And just to protect my relationship with my child's mother, I had to say something. So I had to just put a lot of finesse. That's why the mixtape called Sorry I Finesse.
So is it safe to say that you think Rob is a simp? Real honest, just talking. Is Rob a simp? And like
I feel like Rob is a good dude. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he just needs to learn how to keep his feelings in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Business is business. Emotion is emotion. And you can't combine them two.
Well, you said business is business. He wasn't looking at Blac Chyna as business. That's his child's mother. So where do you get the business part from that?
Believe me, he was looking at that business because things that he told me, you know what I'm saying, I don't really want to recap. But at the same time, it's just like, dude was going down in balance. And I'm looking at it like this. I basically gave him the game like, look, dude, I'm going to be here. You know what I'm saying? So either you pay in LA or we both pay in LA. And I
have a question. Why not walk away for $1 million?
Nah, my jeopardy is a little bigger than that. I'm a mogul. I'm one of the youngest moguls alive. I'm not even finna settle for that. Like, regardless, $1 million, come on, man.
So, we got to take a break into the song. When we come back, I kind of want to ask you a couple of things. I want to know what it is you were doing already before, because we didn't know you too.
On the mogul side.
Right. Yeah. So, obviously, you're out here moving around doing some things. And secondly, I want to ask you a very serious question about Rob's reaction to you and Blac Chyna getting together.
Yeah, and we got to ask about the damn robe that he was wearing. That's what we got to ask about, the robe. Right. Yes.
Chicago, we got Ferrari in the building right now. Make sure you tell a friend to tune in from right here in Chicago. 107.5 GCI, the shot's #1 for hip-hop and R&B. Myself, Kyle the 5-footer, Kendra G, Leon Rogers. We got Ferrari in the studio right now, been hanging out with us, being very open and honest about what he's going through with Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian.
Dropping the jewels.
Dropping jewels.
He's tall, he's a cutie. I can see how he probably laid it down and made this whole thing crazy.
For real?
I can see it. He's attractive.
You know what that means? She can see that.
But no, hold the hell up. Right. Y'all know what I was trying to describe. I was trying to be descriptive. I was trying to be descriptive for the radio.
All right, let me ask you something.
What you saying, kid?
I want to ask you a serious question because When we talk about drama, we talk about people getting involved in situations like what's going on between Blac Chyna and Chyna.
What?
Chyna got you on. Black Rob and Ryder.
My question is this, though, because it is a serious situation on that side. And we've seen how Rob spazzed out. And we know people get uncontrollable sometimes in situations like this. Would you feel bad if Rob went out here, like, off himself? Like, on some, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people do crazy stuff like that.
To be honest?
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago. That answers it, right?
He's desensitized.
Don't really care.
Hey, man,
That's his problem.
Man. We savage, man. That ain't got nothing to do with me, man.
Okay.
You stirred up everything in the blender that you asked for.
So you wouldn't feel any responsibility at all?
Rob's a good guy.
You don't think he was manipulated? Like, you know, like you don't think Blac Chyna... Okay, well, let's go back to the beginning. You know, Blac Chyna now has a lawyer, and she's saying that she really did love him. Do you think she was once really in love with Rob Kardashian?
I really do think that. And she honestly told me that herself.
Okay.
Yeah, she told me that.
When all the Instagrams were coming out, you were with Blac Chyna, correct? When Rob Kardashian went on his Instagram, or were you down with her
that? That was the day before.
The day before?
Yeah.
Okay. The robe. Why are you wearing Rob's clothes?
Y'all gonna keep saying this man clothes. That was my robe.
That was your robe?
Yeah, listen.
Or Al Sharpton's.
For real. You know, that's everybody's robe. But honestly, she had FaceTime me like days before that when I was in Atlanta. She like, babe, I got you something. I'm like, oh, what is it? She like, I got her some robes. I'm like, all right, cool. So when I got there, I pulled up to the spot. The robe was brand new in the box with the tags, no Rob juice or nothing on it. Nothing on it. You know what I'm saying? I unwrapped it myself, took the plastic, took the receipts off, and I threw it on. And she threw hers on, and we was just kicking it. So I was laying in bed. She like, you want some breakfast? I'm like, yeah. I usually get breakfast in bed. That's what she do. She order Postmates. We get breakfast. We kicking it. I'm like, oh man, this is a really nice robe. I really like this robe. And the new Versace sheets, I'm kicking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kicking it, playing with the light. The light. I'm gonna get breakfast in bed. Right. I'm lit. I say, baby, come. Honestly, you know what's so funny? The picture that went viral, she was actually next to me when I took the picture. I told her, like, babe, hop in the picture. And she was like, nah, what you trying to do? And I was like, wait, what? I'm like, man, whatever. I took the picture, right?
Yeah.
And I just laid back and called it one.
Yeah.
So the picture really wasn't even intended on shooting no shots at nobody else or Rob. It was really shooting shots at her because when we got into it, I was like, man, the caption said Medusa was a snake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm really talking about, you know, by me being in the Versace with the Versace sheets and then Medusa.
But it's subliminal, though. It's subliminal.
It's towards that.
On some rapper.
So that was my robe, man. That robe, man, come on.
That's not Rob Kardashian's robe.
No way, never was Rob's robe.
Have you ever wore his clothes while you were at Blac Chyna's house?
Rob is 260, I'm 210. It's two difference.
There was video of you guys kissing that was shared around, right?
Yeah, it was videos.
But there's isn't there another guy in all the middle of this too?
Yeah, I don't know about dude. I don't
So you don't care that this woman's been linked with all these men in the same week?
He's not dating her.
Man, you ain't getting what I'm saying. It's persona, man. You don't never pay attention to that. If you see it, just act like you don't see it. You're gonna win in the end.
Yes.
You know what? Ferrari's in the building, Chicago.
1,000 females just pulled over like, I'm about to sell something.
So let's talk about the aftermath and what's going on right now. We know Blac Chyna was on Good Morning America. She has a lawyer. She won a restraining order against Rob Kardashian, and he can no longer post any photos of her online. And I was told that you received the letter as well, too.
I did.
What did your letter say? You can't post anymore?
Yeah, same thing probably to the same extent. But the lawyer hit me up, like 2 or 3 of them. And went in a group chat, and I read it, and I was like, wait, what? You know me? I sent back, yeah, good luck.
So have you, when's the last time you talked to Blac Chyna?
We ain't really been talking. Last time we talked, I was leaving the jewelry store, and she sent me some screenshots, and I was just like, what is this for? And I went off on a rant on the text messages. She never responded. I was like, okay, I know what that means. All right, cool, peace.
So you're not on good terms at the moment?
No, I don't think so. I don't really know, honestly. You know, with communication, she has a thing of going in her little hut and, you know, staying in there for a minute until she feel like coming out.
Right.
So I don't really know. She may come out with a whole new attitude. She just different like that. She got like 8 different personalities.
But you said you like, okay, we were talking off the mic, and Kyle said, do you think you could really fall in love with her? And you said you like her a lot.
Yeah.
But and say what you like about her. You said that you like the fact that she came from nothing. And
true. And I just like the way she put things. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chyna's lonely. For what I said, like, I mean, there's a lot of guys that would love to be with her. Don't get me wrong, but everybody around her, you know, is strategically there for a situation. You know what I'm saying? And I just think she ambitious. She grinded. She super grinded. I'm from a city that, you know, you got to make something out of nothing. So I just seen a lot of her that I seen that I had going on, my mother had going on, and just everybody around me. Like, it's the typical situation when it comes to blacks. I'm just being honest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But for to go that far, you got the crown. I'm giving it to you, like, you know?
Because you think, so you applaud her for getting to where she is?
Yeah, I applaud her. That's finesse. You ain't heard my mixtape? That's finesse.
We're going to get into all of that, too.
Yeah.
But so, with that being said, like, what's the ultimate goal now at this point? Like, you know what I'm saying, for her and for you?
I really don't know the goal for her. I know the goal for me is now that I have a say-so, a word with the city and the people around me and the young youth, I'm finna attack it on one of the youngest mobiles alive. I'm finna have a water coming out called I Life H2O. I got my own fragrance coming out called Dejanelle Clay. I got, you know, just an entrepreneur fan base that I'm just trying to work. I'm trying to work.
You need to have your own robes. I mean, you missed that stuff. You need to have robes for sale right now. That's what everybody's talking about.
So listen, I got a deal. The first show I do that booked me, that's over $5K, I'm stepping out in Versace robe with nothing under it, with Christian Louboutins, and I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to rock the show, and I'm going to show y'all why I was down there in Cali kicking things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, with my Bobo's the mojo.
So I said earlier that we found out who you were through this drama that's going on, but obviously you already had some sort of following. You're already out here moving around. What is it that you were doing before we ever even heard of you?
I mean, I own my own consultant. I was, you know, making plans with people in Miami, people in Chicago, you know, just marketing money the way I needed to. You know what I'm saying? Then, like I said, the water came out, and I was making a profit from that. Man, that's the percentage margin on that is crazy.
The water is...
I own an alkaline water.
I love alkaline water.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I bring some.
Yeah, I'm very serious. It really is water that purifies your body. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, so you own the water, then you're consulting in business, and that's how you're kind of making your living.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's get into the music.
One of them's called You and I did with Mike Sean out in LA that my uncle wanted me to parlay with, and then the other one is my real sound called They Ain't Want to See Me Win.
I'm going to be honest with you when I hear these songs, too, and tell you if I think they're good or not.
No problem, because if you don't like them, I'm going to come back with something else.
Okay, that's what's up.
All right, stick around for that Chicago top of the hour. Sean Mack is definitely in the mix, and we'll hear some new music.